No worries. So truly, you need to have a schedule for your day. And it's the old make a plan and work a plan and make sure you integrate the balance of your life, family, pleasure, business, health. And here is actually a schedule that talks about every hour in doing something, as well as your to-dos and even a meal plan and some other notes. So every day you should make a plan for yourself. And my promise to you with this whole presentation also was the fact that the habits you're creating during COVID-19 are the habits you actually should be having the rest of the year. So it's about getting yourself focused during this tragedy, during this pandemic, but also carrying it forward so that every day can be a good day, no matter when the next time comes, because I'm afraid we're going to be on lockdown again. So have a good plan every day. John Maxwell said, "You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." So if at the end of the day you found you did nothing, that's a bad feeling. And so you're creating your own depression at many levels. So having a plan and having some successes really is paramount. Jumpstarting your attitude every day. I've been a proponent of this system by Hal Elrod. It's Miracle Morning. It's about $11 on Amazon, and it is the best book in the world because it tells you how to be in the right place mentally and physically just in 1 hour every day. It's silence for 5 minutes or meditation, making personal affirmations for 5 minutes, then you visualize for 5 minutes, exercise for 20, reading for 20, and then scribe and journaling for 5. It's an amazing balance. I've done it for a long time. My husband did it for years. He was religious about it. And it does, no matter what happens after you do this 1 hour in your day, you have this as a foundation to fall back on. So that, you know, there's going to be sadness. And if you watch the news, there's going to be depression. So you just want to make sure that you are going to have that chance to start your day out right and doing the right thing. So he speaks of those things that I named as being lifesavers. So every minute of the first hour is dedicated to your peaceful and powerful beginning of your day. Make sure when you are looking at this program that you do ensure that there's a balance. And the balance is defined here as all these key elements so that you're working on your total life at one time. You're not, nowadays when we find that even working from home, we're finding we have more family time, or we're definitely all cooking, you know, we're definitely learning how to cook if we didn't know how. And so integrating all that into your life for a permanent basis really is important. So these elements are listed here. I will tell you that at the end, there'll be a way to reach me, and I can email you just everything that you've seen here, as well as the presentation. It's going to be recorded too for the chamber, but all of any of these that you want as handouts, I'm certainly more than willing to share. So on the serious part of life, the job search aspect, and let's go there because so many of people are without jobs, or even if they have their jobs, their hours have been cut. So now we have a financial concern that really I can't ignore because it is extremely real. So what I put together here, ironically, it can be the best time to look for a job. If you don't like your job, it is the best time to look for a job because you're at home and you can be doing whatever you want. You can definitely do some homework. So here you're going to find that online, there are so many resources to knock this out of the park. So many resources. There's one that is free that's called Interview Prep, and there's 30 questions. It's actually a 10-page document on everything you need to do to plan to go on an interview and to write your resume. But that's not the only resource. Look at this. These are all, and I will tell you, I searched these sites. If you go on Indeed and snag a job, there are 13 jobs in Kent County that are available for immediate hire, and they are not degree-based jobs either. So they're very broad-based. So there are things happening out there, and so you can't let your own situation stop you from growing and reaching out and making sure that you're doing something during the time that you have. You'll see here, I also recommend that you update your resume. None of us do that, and then all of a sudden a great opportunity comes by and we're not ready. So to me, your resume is expanding every day. Well, guess what your resume now includes? The last 2 months, if you've been working from home, you are now totally capable of working on your own and working in remote settings. So there you have it. That's one thing on your resume that you may not have had before. So there are some really good things that you're mastering in spite of yourself, because again, we have no choice. So careerbuilder.com, simply hired, indeed.com, snag a job, monster.com, and careersidekick.com, all great sites. And on those sites, they actually do have jobs listed, but they also have help centers for writing a resume as well as for going on an interview. So everything is there that you could want to help you take your professional life to the next level. The biggest thing that you can take away from this time is really focusing on your health. And there are some permanent protocols for your health that I'm sure you've heard before, but we're still going to spend a few minutes talking about, because it really is important at every level. Because if you're fighting depression, if you're fighting period with your family, if you're just fighting, you need to be doing things that are going to cleanse yourself internally, chemically, even on a health basis, but also spiritually. So the best 6 factors are sunshine, water, rest, air, exercise, and diet. I will tell you, the way I've talked about our weather during this event is I said that the weather has been as bad as the virus, because the weather has not been that conducive for us wandering around outside. And I think that's probably by intent. I think we've been told to stay in the house, and so here we are. So hopefully our weather does improve, as they are going to open the doors for us shortly. So for sunshine, here's one that I definitely fail at, and it is that you are to have 10 to 30 minutes in midday of sunlight several times a week. And this is for vitamin D, of course, and it is for you to have healthy bones, strong muscles, and an optimum immune system. Let alone the fact, there are people that if you have to stay inside, or if there's not sun for a number of days, there is, disorders that are related to sunshine. So I would invite you if you're able to go to work, I would invite you that during the week, that we all work at our desks. We're so important. We just end up trapping ourselves into a lifestyle that's not even healthy sometimes. So I do invite you to get some sunshine at least a few times a week, and make it ironically, it's got to be during the height of the day, which I truly wasn't familiar with until I decided that I couldn't wait to work with Dean on this. The other thing is water. Water is obviously for hydration, and it promotes your heart health. It keeps your muscles and joints working, and it helps cleanse toxins from your body. It's apparent that we're all exposed to a number of metal toxins that are out there. I'm going to 2 health specialists. I'm learning so much about taking care of yourself and what I'm not doing, and it's amazing what water does for us. And here is a chart that tells you how much water you should drink in a day. Getting rest. Adults should get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night. I hear so much that adults don't get that rest, but I'm thinking I'd like to know what they're doing past 9 o'clock at night. I think if you evaluate what you're doing past 9 o'clock at night and put a value on it, you might be better served getting some rest and getting up earlier in the morning and doing miracle morning, because that balance could give you much more value to yourself long term. But the benefits of sleeping: it does relax and lower your stress. It does improve your mood and energy. It helps you maintain healthy body and healthy weight. You got to keep active so that your muscles stay coordinated. I do work with a personal trainer 3 times a week. I'm blessed that he's Zooming with me. And I will tell you that I have the worst balance of anybody in the universe. So I think he asked me to do balance exercises just because he needs a good laugh, because it's pretty pathetic. And I always tell him, I said, this is not fair. I said, you're just doing this for yourself. But he's not. I need to have good balance. And that's something that you don't even notice the atrophy of. The aging process isn't kind. The other thing sleep does is it does improve your retention, and it increases your ability to pay attention. So making sure you get your sleep and rest is really paramount for your family too. So everybody thinks they have nothing to do now. They can stay up all night, and really they're kind of self-destructing, because you should keep in these good habits whether we have to leave the house or not, or whether we can leave the house or not. Air, being outside and getting some air straight from the great outdoors. It actually improves your blood pressure. and your heart rate, because there's a decrease in pollution. Apparently our houses have stuffy air and we need to get outside in the fresh air. It's good for your overall heart health, and it just makes sure that the oxygen we breathe is cleaner. So that's another advantage. You can get your air at the same time you can get your sunshine. So you can get a 2-for-1 there. Exercise, everyone's favorite. Ugh, I really don't like it at all. And that's why I have a trainer, because this whole presentation is about having self-discipline, and I really put it together for myself because I probably need it the most of anybody who's watching. So that being said, I have the trainer because I need that discipline of knowing I'm going to do this. It's going to be an hour. I'm going to make this happen. Gyms are very cost effective, and they are going to be opening soon. And also there are a lot of Zoom exercise programs online right now that are free. So the excuses really can be removed when it comes to exercise. I will tell you, if I weren't working with the trainer, by the time I've done 5 of anything, I'd be saying, oh, good job, Audrey, you rock, instead of the 15 he's mandating. So maybe you're better at that than I am, but do set up. And in this chart, you're going to see that there's different goals for exercising. You want to be healthy. It can improve your mental health. It boosts your mental sharpness. It improves your sleep quality. You're more tired. Your muscles are tired. It improves your endurance over time, and it helps you burn calories. So again, with exercise, there's no bad news short of you have to do it. So that chart's going to be in the presentation for you to see too. Diet we all know about, right? This is not news, but certainly establishing a healthy diet. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook, and I should have put in here one of the best things to do for your sense of humor is to watch TikTok, because that's like one crazy thing. Thank goodness I have a 12-year-old granddaughter, and she turned me on to it about 4 months ago. And there's some wild stuff that people do. Now, they should be watching this presentation, because what they're doing on TikTok, I'm sure it's got humorous value, but I'm not so sure how much it's changing their lives in a positive way for the long haul. But on diet, I know people are cooking more, and because you kind of have to. And obviously, we want vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fat-free and low-fat dairy products. Also, lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, eggs, limit saturated and trans fats. So I hope that you've been controlling your weight and controlling your diet during this time. And I'm hoping that you learned how to cook. I love cooking, and I don't like going out to eat. So I have not hurt the restaurants at all during this, because I never go. So, but please learn how to eat properly so that you can celebrate a healthy life in every aspect. So fun, family, and friends, you finally have time. We always say we don't have any time, and right now we do have time. If we structure our day, like we've been talking about since the beginning of this presentation. So some of the things that you can do that have minimum contact are just some ideas here: walking, baseball, canoeing, puzzles, board games, fishing, Netflix, family titles. A no technology day, go imagine what that would look like. But that can happen. And if you just put everybody's technology away, it's amazing. You'll get to know everybody better. You can talk and make sure your kids know how to communicate and talk instead of just looking at technology. That's going to be a key thing in the professional world, because there's always going to be jobs for people who can communicate, and communicate in powerful, positive ways. YouTube learning sites are amazing. My granddaughter actually could be a professional makeup artist. She has all of the tools already. They're very expensive. She has been watching YouTube videos on how to apply makeup for 2 years. She knows all of the aficionados nationally, and she can apply it too. She can do my makeup. She knows how to do Halloween makeup, all different kinds. And that's what, when you think your kids are watching things on the internet, it's not all bad. And she taught me that, because the talent she has, and it actually has nurtured her interest in what she thinks she wants to do long term. So if you do have children, or even for yourself, there's so much on YouTube that you can learn by just following what's there and being a diligent student. Also, walking in the woods and reading aloud, and journaling is spectacular. Anybody who started their journal at the beginning of this, it'll be fun to read next year at this time. It'll be fun to read in 10 years, because no one will believe you did it. So journaling is a good cleansing process also for your spirit. It helps you regroup your attitude. It helps you recognize your self-worth by writing who you are, what you're thinking, and how you're reacting to the world today, and the good, and again, the good, as well as some of the troublesome things. So with COVID-19, you can kick your game up a notch for sure, because you finally have time to do it. There's still time left. There's still time left to form permanent positive habits. So let's use it. Let's use it right, this time that we've been gifted. And trust me, this is my favorite statement, and this is from me. as soon as 3 months from now, you'll be wishing you had more time and you had made these changes and good habits happen in your life, because we're going to go back to being as silly as we were. We're all going to be self-important and we're going to be so busy. But be safe and stay healthy, and do recognize that we've been given a level of gift, and we just need to make sure that we maximize it so that in the long run, it won't be as damaging as what it initially felt like when they first told us to all stay in our room. So again, this is how you can reach out to me. I would be able to email you anything you want. You can certainly call or text me. It's been an honor to share some of these insights with you. Does anyone have any questions or anything you'd like to share about your COVID experience?
I'd like to share something. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I started a company called First State Improv. And I've been doing improv on my Facebook page. And I was glad that you started out with talking about humor, because it has really been so valuable to me and to all my friends. And there was an article in the paper recently about it. And I've had more people join my First Aid Improv page and participate. So I think that when this is all over, they're going to be coming out to my shows. They're going to be coming out to my improv workouts. I've been doing it with kids and adults on Zoom as well. So it's been very, very positive. I'm very, that's been like something that I never would have dreamed that I'd be doing. But now it's something people are looking forward to every day. And it really, it makes me happy.
Good for you. Congratulations. I'm telling you, that's what this is all about, because like I had said on my last slide, 3 months from now, we're going to wish that we had the time that we've been gifted right now. And I'm so proud of you, and you need to feel good about yourself that you've maximized how you've used the time. So kudos to you. Great job.
Yeah. And nice. I've also been, one of my goals for this year was to do improv with businesses, with their staff, you know, with retreats and that kind of thing, because we have so much fun and anybody can do it. So I've been getting books from Amazon. I've been studying. I've been like kind of putting out a framework of how I would do this with people that don't normally do improv. So once this is all over, I think that it's going to really help my business, because it's already been such a positive thing.
Congratulations. Were you self-employed before, or you still have another career?
No, I'm a mother of 3 children. My husband's a physician, so he's still working. He's still in the hospital every day. And I just, I'm an actress. I did a lot of theater and film. So once I did one of my shows, it was going to be a long time before I could do another show. And I wanted a way to play with my friends. So I just put out on Facebook, hey, who wants to come join me for some improv games? And it got really popular really fast. So it was like, you know what, I could make a business out of this. So I started doing camps for kids, for homeschool kids. Of course, now everybody's homeschooled. So I've been doing homeschool Zoom meetings with them. But it just kind of gradually got bigger and bigger. And I was like, this could be something. So it's only been 3 years that it's been a business, but it's exciting.
Good for you. Congratulations. And you mentioned homeschooling, and I didn't dwell on that a lot in my presentation, but I really feel that there's going to be a change in the schooling of many children. I know I have a few parents that have children that are extremely advanced, and by having them at home, they're able to use different formats and keep those children thinking at the level that they are supposed to think at, and not at the level that the other 28 kids have. And I'm hoping, I told her I'm going to help her network to find other moms, because homeschooling 100% of the time to your children, I don't think is advantageous if they have diverse personalities involved. So I'm going to help her, because I want her to find the education her children deserve, but yet the diversity of having other like minds that are positively impacting their children. So lots of things are going on right now, and it's all been, it's not all been bad. So I am really excited for you, and thank you to your husband for his situation and going in every day. How does that play in your household? Is it like he says, he gets undressed in the garage and then
Exactly. He even bought this like thing that looks like one of those things from Doctor Who. It's like a big booth that has an ultralight, an ultralight inside of it. So when he gets home, he puts his clothes in that, and he comes up and he showers, and then he greets us all. And then in the morning, he goes and he dresses in the garage, and goes on with his day. But he leaves all the shoes and everything, his wallet and his keys and everything in the garage. But he's been very careful. He's worst case scenario guy. So he's probably the most careful person. And he knew this was coming back in January. So we stocked up on toilet paper before all the hoarding. So he's been very proactive. And when we go to the store, he's like really taught me how to be so careful. And he gets very frustrated with people that don't take the precautions.
Yeah, today I had blood drawn because I'm all about health, and I'm having so much evaluated. And the guy at the lab at LabCorp had his mask like this with his nose out.
I know.
And it's like, really? At a blood drawing clinic? It's like, but his routine is how I go grocery shopping. I go home, take off all my clothes, I wash all my groceries. It's like, but if you do what you want, you do what you have to do. And I think it's for real. So I know that we're on a time constraint here too, but Melissa, I'm so glad you joined us. And I wrote down the name of your site. So the next time you see me, it'll be with you and the improv.
Good, yeah. Definitely.
So, absolutely. And Dina, thank you, and Heather and everybody. So I think we're good, and we'll call it a session. And good luck to everybody. Make sure you plan your day. Do Miracle Morning. There's just so much value to setting yourself up right from the start every single day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Nice to see you.
Would it be okay with you? Can we, since I have your PowerPoint, could we post that along with the?
Please. I would love that. And if anybody wants any of the separate,
get the stuff.
Yep. And then I can email them anything else they need. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being your positive self.
Thank you, Audrey.
Bring that with us. You're the bomb diggity.
What are my options? I don't want to be negative. Forget it.
Right.
So thank you, ladies. Enjoy your day.
Hey, you
Bye.
too. Thanks so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.